Welcome YouTube. I'm going to briefly go through my beat making process on the Maschine Mikro. It's not a tutorial, it's just kind of showing you what I do and what works for me. First thing I do is find a sample. I'll generally listen to Pandora while I'm driving in the car. If I hear something decent, I'll take a screenshot, find it on YouTube, download it, bam, there's my sample. Oftentimes I don't even listen to the whole song, which is the case today. So I got a song from Ambrosia. I have it here on my screen. I look for a section of the sound wave that looks like it would be an instrumental, and then I go ahead and truncate it, normalize it, and then go ahead into my slice mode. First thing I do in my slice mode is I'll go to grid and just kind of see what I have. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Now, I know a lot of beat makers, they like to listen closely to their samples, and that's kind of, that's what music is all about, is being able to hear and listen. But what makes the process exciting for me is the unknown and trying to make magic, trying to make something happen from nothing. So let's see what I have today. If I don't see anything that I like in the first portion of the sound wave, I'll move my cursor along to another section of the song and just see if there's anything better. Alright, if there's nothing on the grid chop that really excites me, I'll go ahead and try the detect mode. I'll bring my sensitivity down just a bit to make the sound waves a little longer. This is a rough sample. I'll go ahead and apply this slice and try to make do. We'll see what happens. From here, I always change my polyphony to 1. At this point, I generally understand what pads I like, what pads will work out for the style of beat that I'm trying to make. And now it's just a matter of tinkering with them until I could get usually 2 ideas in my head, one for my basic bar, and then a chorus. Okay, so that's the hardest part right there. I get a simple pattern. I'll turn off my metronome now and move into my drum beats. Okay, so I'm in an urban kit. I'm gonna use the R&B A kit. Has a nice Nice thick sound. Alright, so now I'm going to jump back into my sample group and see if I can make a separate pattern here for this drum beat. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. Now I'll try a third one, and I'll just see how many times I could stretch that. How many patterns can I make from this little clip from my sample? And I'll use the best ones. Alright, so now I see my first pattern is pretty dry. My second pattern is the strongest, so I'll make that my main foundation for the track. Pattern 3 is okay. It has a little more flair than the first pattern, but it's not quite there. So I'll create a fourth and see if I can improve upon it. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. If I can't, I'll go back into my original sample on a new group, chop out a different section, and start the process all over again. But let's see what I could get from this. Okay, so what I've done is went back to my first pattern. Obviously, as stated, that was my least favorite pattern. So I changed the drum kit, so it would change it up a bit. I felt like that added enough flair for now. Now I'm just going to go in and put a little guitar sample. I sampled a buddy of mine. This is pitched up way high, so it doesn't sound like a guitar. But I'm just going to add some subtle stabs in there. Alright, so I'm going to call this one done. Not a favorite by any means, but it kind of shows you my workflow. If you like it, let me know, and I'll be happy to make some more. Peace.